against Malawi. We look into that. Malawi actually making their debut at the Women African Cup of Nations, and what a way to start your tournament experience against the most decorated team in the world, and one of the most decorated team in Africa, and of course one of the most decorated in the world, with superstars playing at top flight women football at some of the biggest leagues in the world. With so much experience in them, the Super Falcons of Nigeria will square up tonight. We look into the team list. We look at the preparation of the girls, and could it be another title for the Super Falcons? Well, time will tell. We'll also look into some of the big transfer stories that are breaking. Chelsea are still very much active in the transfer market, but what next for Arsenal after Brazilian star Vinicius Junior, earlier rumored to be on the radar of Arsenal, finally I put pen to paper for a contract extension in Real Madrid. Of course, talking about Real Madrid, they have been very busy in the transfer window. But report earlier today says that they have made a revenue of 1.3 billion euros in this season, despite not winning any major trophy in the last 2 years. What a way to continue to cement your place at the top level of club football, especially with the unequal success of the president of Real Madrid, that is Florentino Perez. I will look into some of the major transfer stories as well. The playoffs for the Champions League is also going on today. But the major story we're going to focus on tonight will be the Super Falcons game. They're opening their WAFCON account against the debutant the Malawi. So let's see how all of that would also sort itself out. The Super Falcons are not the only one that will be in action tonight. Team Nigeria are going strong, cooking in, raking in the medals, especially in the weightlifting category. I was also hoping that we can replicate all of these successes as well when the track and field event begins. 100 meters, 100 meter sprints, hurdles, courtesy of our superstar Tᴏᴏᴛ Mso. I was expecting to have the 4x100 meter, 4x400 meter, 4x100 meter mixed relay, 4x400 meter mixed relay. And so when all of these proper starts, we're hoping that we'll even get more medals to move up on the table. We'll have a break by 6:10. And then we'll come focus on some of the big stories that we are looking for, especially the transfer window. Well, the Scottish League begins on the 31st of July rather, and that will certainly mean that 2 weeks or 3 weeks from then, the English Premier League would also start. But 2 weeks before then, it will be the Community Shield between the FA Cup champions and, of course, the English Premier League champions. And that's something to look forward to. Arsenal versus Manchester City. So that will be a week before the main event, which is the commencement of the 2026-2027 English Premier League season, with the defending champions Arsenal opening the season with a Friday night fixture against New Boys Coventry City. So we've got everything for your listening pleasure today as we're driving home, perhaps you're trying to, get out of the hustle and bustle and the stress of Lagos. Don't worry, we've got to cover. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we're due for a break at 6:10, but Tommy is here. And looking at dapper as usual. Good to have you join us on the show today. The Super Falcons would hope to make it 11 in 14 Women African Cup of Nations. These sports, content creators in Malawi are already begging the Super Falcons that what do you need this WAFCON title for? And they let the Malawi also, experience a win that in fact they don't even have a space to, because the jersey of the Super Falcons, they are stars around the logo of the NFL. 10 stars are there, which means that 10 titles that we have won. But hey, what are we expecting tonight?
Well, I don't expect anything less than a 3-0 defeat. Of the Malawi.
3.3 goals.
3.3 goals, clean sheets as well. Perfect victory in my own opinion. Is what I'm expecting, because this is the first time that the Malawians will be playing anything that has to do with the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. This is also the first time as well that we're having 16 teams, participating. Usually we are used to, the usual 8 teams, that will eventually progress to the quarterfinals, semifinals, that's obviously the final. And talking about the content creators who believe the Super Falcons rather, shouldn't be interested about this one. This is also going to be the first time in history that the eventual winners of the WAFCON will be taking taking home the sum of $2 million.
$2 million.
Yes, which is a 100% increase on the prize money. So, and the girls also know that if they get that money,
coupled with the one the federal government is still owing them, and there's a possibility that another one will still come.
So it's going to be a whole lot of
and I'm sure that this one will be redeemed because the election is coming. Let's go on a short break and let's quickly pay some bills. We'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Godwin Enoch and I'm a broadcast journalist. Yes, my friend will tell me that I am a sport administrator by accident. Listen every day of the weekday to Sports Cruise on Mainland FM. God bless you.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos.
OneXBet, where sports come alive. Join the game on promo on the site or app. Win an iPhone 16 and cash prizes up to 750,000 naira. Enter promo code Nigeria on and boost your game. OneXBet, game on, together in the game. Bet responsibly. 18 plus. T's and C's apply.
Hey, Fela Remembrance Concert. Don't land again, no. This annual 3-day Fela Remembrance Concert go show face live for him home, the New African Shrine for Ikeja, Lagos. This concert go show the face of Fela Pikin himself, will be Seun Kuti. Others na Alhaji Alao Sule Malaika, Terry Apala. Talk of the town will be Testimony King Jaga, Portable Ogo Ibadan, Alhaji Tiri Leda, plus other Ogbonga musicians will go make this concert bang bang jiggy jiggy. This concert go show face for 31st July, land August 4th. So to enter na free, but for August 2nd will be the last day of the show. To enter na chicken money 5,000 naira only with plenty gifts. Oh yeah, come jollificate the music of this great African musician. Fela shook body with us for New African Shrine for 31st of July, land August 2nd as we celebrate Baba himself. The people will bring this show for Nadomon, na Action Beaters, Chelsea London Dry Gin, Bullet, Ope, with support of First Exposure, Egypt 80 Band, City Boys Clothing Brand, Kalakuta Museum, plus the Big Band. Host na the New African Shrine. Na Street Media land this show for Nadomon.
Everybody say, yeah, yeah.
Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos.
Lagos a move, Lagos a shine. From vision to legacy, legacy to continuity.
My father used to say, Entobani Ilera. And what could be better than a government that puts the health of its people first? Today, more Lagosians now have access to affordable health insurance through Iḽira. Children now have new hope through the Mercy Children's Hospital at Adeniji Adele. Families in Iba, Ojo now have quality health care through the new 280-bed General Hospital. Expectant mothers and newborns are receiving quality care through mother and child centers in Ekpe, Aja, Badagry, Surulere, and Igondo. In fact, new health facilities in Ikorodu, Ikotu, and Ekpe, because when people have good health, they truly have everything. That is the legacy Governor Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu is building for every Lagosian. Because, after all, Ìlera lọ́rọ̀. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, leaving a lasting legacy.
OneXBet, where sports come alive. Visit the site or app and join the game on promo. Get a chance to win an iPhone 16, cash prizes up to 750,000 naira, and a weekly free bet of up to 20%. More bets mean more tickets and rewards. Enter the promo code Nigeria on and boost your game to the max. OneXBet, game on, together in the game. Bet responsibly. 18 plus. T's and C's apply.
Election Day is not Owambe Day. It is not movie and football day. It is not laundry day. Election Day is the day you decide your next 4 years. The law says every Nigerian 18 and above can choose their leader. So when you say your vote does not matter and you stay home, you forfeit your right to demand accountability. One vote has sacked bad leaders before. One vote has built clinics. One vote can change your street. So this election day, wake up, carry your PVC, go to your polling unit and vote peacefully. Because if you do not vote, you don't get to complain later. Your right, your vote, your future. This message is brought to you by Mainland 98.3 FM.
Chai, my head oh. Oga landlord, why you dey shake like ceiling fan? My village people don't come again oh. This one with your body hot so, you don't do test? Yes, see result oh. Oga landlord, no be your village people oh. Na malaria, you need Luta. Luta na better medicine wey dey knack down malaria. Oya see am, take am. Thank you Oga Luta. I don't dey kampe.
Luta, brand of Artemata and Lumefantrine, is another quality product from Hovid, marketed by Pharmatex Nigeria Limited. If symptoms persist after 3 days, see your doctor.
Everybody say thanks, Luta. Malaria's in big trouble.
Ladies and gentlemen, the bride and groom are about to cut the cake.
It's about to go down.
My love, wetin happen?
Before I marry you, the TV where you promise, the fridge nko, where e dey? Washing machine nko, will I be using my hands to wash clothes in 2026?
Cancel this wedding. Relax, everybody. Who said I must buy everything once? I use CDK. CDK? Yes, so I dey pay small. Fridge, washing machine, even solar system. Na CDK.
So all those things don't already dey house?
Abba, since last month.
Pastor, continue the wedding.
Walk on down, join together. Why stress yourself? Get phones, TVs, solar appliances, furniture, and more on CDK. Pay small. Zero interest, normal market price. Download CDK today.
For more inquiries, visit 82 Ijesha Road, Surulere, Lagos, Nigeria. Please call 0707 454 2997.
CDK, pay small, live big.
New Bisco Costa time is for you and I. You can vibe with it at snack time. Creamy, crunchy, pick it, eat it, have it, share it. New Bisco there for you. Creamy, crunchy, pick it, eat it, have it, share it. New Bisco there for you.
Creamy, crunchy, New Bisco Coaster.
It's absolutely world class.
This is not your regular sports show. This is Sport Cruise, only on Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. From hot transfer gist to Champions League drama, from Nigeria football madness to global sport cruise, we bring the vibes, the analysis, and pure football fire.
On your marks, get set.
Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. LeBron James with the rejection.
No long talk. This is where sports meets swagger. No boring breakdowns, just pure energy, passion, and premium banter with your favorite crew on deck every week. Sport Cruise, where sports meets vibe.
That is a princely strike from John Duran. Open mouth or.
Mon cœur bat toute l'année. Tu m'as ensorcelé. Ton amour est comme ça. Mon amour est sans délai. Nana yo atwandele. Bolingo na yo mbeli. Etinga na ma bele. Tu m'as ensorcelé. Oh bominga mbale bele bele. Sans yo na vie nanga nazaré. Encore une fois nazole la lela.
Jam your body, shake up. I'ma make a jam your body, shake up. I go jam your body, shake up. I'ma make a jam your body, shake up. Make a drop your body, shake up. I love it when you drop your body, shake up. Say make a jam your body, shake up. I love it when you drop your body, shake up. Hold on to me, hold on to me. Baby, don't be quickly when you dance for me. Hold on to me, hold on to me. I make it bad decisions when you're next to me. I know you're hard like a psycho. Things when you do, they make me lago. In case you really want to free your mind, no. Not only me, they give you all the hypo. Talk to me nicely, why you got sorrow? Only you be the perfect designer. Got me addicted, oh what I feel it. Make a jam your body, shake up. Mama make a jam your body, shake up. I go jam your body, shake up. Mama make a jam your body, shake up. Make a drop your body, shake up. I love it when you drop your body, shake up. Say make a jam your body, shake up. I love it when you drop your body, shake up.
Thank you very much for staying with us on Mainland 98.3 FM. And of course, it is Sports Cruise as we continue to give you updates. As we prepare tonight, the Super Falcons will begin their title defense. And of course, hoping to make it 11 out of 14 Women African Cup of Nations titles, as they would be playing against Malawi tonight at 9 p.m. The other game that is expected to kick off anytime soon is Zambia versus Egypt. And of course, tomorrow as well by 6 p.m. before the game between Cameroon and Mali, the Black Queens of Ghana would also host Cape Verde tomorrow by 6 p.m. Their game yesterday, as they were beaten by Tanzania by 2-1. Ivory Coast thrashed Burkina Faso by 4-1. So those are the result of the games that were played yesterday. And later tonight, the Super Falcons would also begin theirs. But let's quickly make a stopover at the Commonwealth Games, Glasgow Games 2026, as Team Nigeria continue to push for more medals at the table as it stands right now. We have Australia at the top of the table. They've got 26 gold medals. They've got 13 silver and 20 bronze medals. That means they have a total of 59 medals. Quickly, followed by England with 8 gold medals, 13 silver and 11 bronze medals, making it 32 in all. And there's also Canada with 7 gold medals, 8 silver, and of course 6 bronze medals. And the team Nigeria with 6 gold medals, 4 silver, and no bronze. Jamaica, New Zealand, Kenya, Wales, Cyprus, Northern Ireland, Ghana, Samoa, Uganda, Papua Guinea, and of course Rwanda. Well, Australia further strengthens the grip at the top of the medal standing, extending its total 26 gold medals, 13 silver, and 20 bronze medals. England remains second with 32 medals, while Canada climbed to third after another successful day in both the swimming and the artistic gymnastics. And Nigeria stayed fourth thanks to his 6 gold medals, while Scotland dropped to fifth despite increasing its overall to 11 medals. India remained 8th with 2 golds, 5 silver, and 3 bronze medals. That is 10 in all. So as it stands now, the Nigeria actually the number 1 ranked African team and the number 4th on the medals table, as at day 4 of the ongoing Commonwealth Games. Well, Nigeria added 3 more goals to its medal haul on day 4 of the 2026 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, with 3 coming from the weightlifting arena, as the country continued to assert its dominance at the ongoing games. Edidion Joseph Umofia. Yes, I just saw it right now. Yes, thank you very much. Edidion Joseph Umofia set the tone early, winning the men's 71 kg title with a Commonwealth Games record of 319 kg. Edidion opened the game's record with a lift of 177 kg and then pulled up with 172 in the clean and lift to finish ahead of Samoa's Joseph Tafi and Nuru's Elgin Moses. As it stands right now, Edidion Joseph delivered another gold medal for Team Nigeria, winning the 71 kg. Onome Didi then claimed the women's 53 kg gold after breaking the Commonwealth Games record in both the lift and the clean and lift, lifting 93 kg and 113 kg respectively. A total of 206 kg was itself a new Commonwealth Games record, as India's Gwanshewari Yadav took silver medal with 199 kg, while Canada's Rebecca Grulot won bronze medal with 178 kg lift. The standout performance of the day, however, came from Rafiatu Folashade Lawal, who successfully defended the Commonwealth Games title she won in Birmingham in 2022. The 58 kg champion broke both Commonwealth Games and the Commonwealth records, lifting 103 kg in the lift and 126 kg in the clean and lift for a record of 229 kg. As she finished 14 kg clear of Canada's Anne Sophia Taskeroa. Okay. Nigerian's track athlete had also had a productive day in the heat as Fʀᴏᴜ won the heat 1 of the men's 100 meter with a time of 10.10 seconds, while Nicholas Fakorede qualified for the heat with a time of 10.21 seconds, finishing behind Lesotho's Mojela Koneshe, who set the national record with 10.07 seconds. Both men joined 𝐴ᴏ in the Tuesday semi-finals. On our Commonwealth Games debut, Oluebebe won the heat 8 of the women's 100 meters in 11.32 seconds, finishing ahead of Barbados Kinshawa Niles and Ghana's Deborah Achepong to advance alongside Blessing Ogundiro and Rosemary Chukwuma. In the field event, 4-time Nigerian champion Shade Olatoye booked her place in the women's hammer throw following the best throw of 62.75 meters as she finished 4th at the Birmingham Games in 2022, which she will look to improve on that result in the finals later tonight. Off the track, Nigeria's men 3x3 wheelchair basketball team picked up the first win of the games, beating India 7-6 in a very, very tight contest. So, as it is right now, the team trailed by 2 points with under 2 minutes left before fighting back, with Nofisat Adefala contributing 6 of their 7 points and Titilayo Laleye scoring the other. By the end of day 4, Team Nigeria accumulated 10 medals in total, 6 gold and 4 silver, sitting 4th on the Commonwealth table, according to the reports that we have right now. So, Team Nigeria, we're not doing badly. And we went with a 74-man contingent, and we're hoping that they will be able to bring some very interesting, medals to continue to make ourselves proud.
Well, for the what's it called now? The medals that Team Nigeria has been able to get so far. We currently sit 5th on the medals table. I think
Scotland had gone ahead of us right now.
They went any bronze medal as it stands, and Australia are currently topping the proceedings with a whooping 28 gold medals. They also have 13 silvers as well as 20 gold medals, and in total they have 61. In second, we have England, with 10 gold medals, 17 silver as well as 12 bronze medals. So in third, we have Canada. In fourth, we have Scotland, and in fifth, we have Nigeria. 6-4-0. That's for gold, silver, and bronze respectively. And I think we are more or less like 14 gold medals away from the target that was given by the National Sports Commission. To bring home 20, because the last time out, in Birmingham in 2022, we came home with 12 gold medals. So if we are even able to better that haul to an extent, I think we
will. When the track and field begins, and I'm sure that some of our girls will put on some of the craziest numbers
and also records.
At the moment, hopefully we'll be able to get some of the things in so that the Team Nigeria would have some solid numbers on the medals table. Your live on Sports Cruise on Milan 98.3 FM. Our reports says that Chelsea defeated Western Sydney Wanderers Afila. Well, Japredo scored a 9-minute hat-trick as Xabi Alonso began his Chelsea reign with a ridiculous 6-4 victory over Western Sweden Wanderers in the preseason. Chelsea led through 17-year-old Dastan Satbev in only the 6th minute, yet managed to fall behind 3 times to the A-League side. Before stops to the Alfredo showed his class with a late treble in Sydney. Alonso named a youthful side in a 4-2-3-1 formation with Tosin and Liam Delap, the only significant senior experience in the starting 11, before introducing the likes of Cole Palmer, João Pedro Esteval, Lewy Colwill through the second half of the game. Chelsea's first 2 goals, the second coming from Darius Esugo, were brilliant moves from back to front in a bumpy pitch used primarily for rugby league games, and were a sign of the style of Alonso would hope to implement in the Stamford Bridge. I mean, they know that Chelsea don't play beautiful football, so they can adapt to any pitch. But their defending was poor, and after being level at the break, Alonso's side were trailing in the 64th minute. By the time he brought on his stars, deploying Cǒ in the new 10 role with Estevao on the right and Jamie Gittins on the other side. Gittins leveled 2 minutes after the introduction for 3-3, and yet Estevao's slack pass left youngster Rhys Watson shot deep inside their own half, and Western Sydney substitute Awaloa punished the error to restore their lead with just 10 minutes remaining. But then the João Pedro show started. He finished expertly from inside the box to bring Chelsea level again, making it 4-4. Trotted home to give them the lead after being played on by Cǒ, and then tapped in his third for a hat-trick from a couple of yards at the corner to seal a remarkable hat-trick in 10 minutes, and that was how he won. Chelsea were missing some of their key players. New record signing, £117 million, Morgan Rogers, Enzo Fernandez, Reece James, Moses Caicedo, Nicolas Jackson, Pedro Neto, Trevor Chalobah, and of course Malo Gusto. Those were the players that were not in action today. So, well, so be it. It's a good start for Xabi Alonso. What do you think? Agbatomi, they considered 4 goals.
Yes,
but more importantly, it's a preseason.
In fact, they considered 2 goals in, I think, 10 minutes or thereabouts. Yes. And Chelsea had to come from behind. Obviously, we had João Pedro coming off the bench, to score a hat trick in less than 10 minutes. Yes, he came off the bench to score a hat trick in 10 minutes. But of course, all of those 3 goals were secondary school goals that you definitely score against some amateurish sides like the one they played against. I think Western something. I've never heard of the name of the club before, but I think all in all they gave a good account of themselves. First game for Xabi Alonso, and obviously he also made use of a largely unknown team. Chelsea, are the haven for young boys. Just go to just visit them one of their trains, and you get to see millions of boys who want to obviously make it top grade. But for the manager as well, being able to instill the way he wants the team to play. I think we witnessed a couple of that. Wanted to play from the back. Chelsea, we're always trying as much as possible to play from the back, right? And in my own opinion, if they are willing to fine-tune all of those stats as well as take it to the Premier League, then they should have a solid season. Coming off the back of the stateful performance that they showed us last season, and obviously considering the fact that they would only be playing 3 competitions for this season, that's the Premier League, the Carabao Cup, and also the FA Cup. Exactly. So it's a big one for them. 6-4 victory. With João Pedro scoring a hat-trick. I think those are kind of things that Xabi Alonso would have wished for, when they were going to be playing the game, talking about his very, very first game. Because again, at the very moment you join a team like Chelsea, all of those big clubs, the media is on. Nobody cares if it's a preseason game rather. The very moment you join, even if it is a friendly game, right? You just know that you just have to win at least to take off that load of pressure away from you, right? And that was what Xabi Alonso has been able to do. But let's just hope that they continue with this in the preseason, and when the season starts proper, we'll not get to see the Chelsea that we saw last season, hopefully.
Okay, the Champions League qualification, some of the games have been completed, some are still going on, and some would happen later tonight. Combs versus Zabak FC played a 2-0 victory. As of course, we have the Dynamo Zagreb and FC Thorn by 7 p.m. tonight, as NK Kalj and KF Estalja would also square it out by 9:15. Hearts versus Stormgrass also by 7:45, and Shamrock Rovers are one of the teams that Chelsea played in the Conference League 2 seasons ago versus Ararat Armenia would also square it up by 8 p.m. So those are the Champions League qualification that we expected to see. Well, a Nigerian has made a very shocking move from the Championship to the Dutch League. You're going to find out about that very, very soon. But don't forget, there are also friendly games lined up later tonight. There is Aston Villa versus Real Sociedad by 7:30. And Stoke City and Everton would also square it out. The game between Real Madrid and Leganes is going on, and it's 4-1 in favor of Real Madrid. Yes, 4-1 in that particular game. And Federico Valverde opened the scoring before Gonzalo Garcia made it 2. Trent Alexander providing the assist for Garcia before he picked up a yellow card. And of course, Nuno Garcia put one up for Leganes as Mastonuno and RP Penas got those 2 goals for Real Madrid, although Penal's goal is an own goal because Penal is a Leganés player. So 4-1, Madrid are still leading in that particular one. Like I said, later tonight, there's Stoke City versus Everton. There's also Aston Villa versus Real Sociedad. Derby County versus Valencia. And there's also Cagliari versus Modena. The game is completed with Cagliari winning 1-0 and Valencia beating Derby County 2-1. Udinese and Shabab Al-Abdouad FC 2-1 in favor of Shabab Al-Hilal beating Udinese. And that's interesting. Hull City are still leading Razespor 2-1. So we've got Lens versus Crystal Palace by 8 p.m. We've got Al Ahly versus Fulham. So those are some of the friendly matches that we get to see later tonight, as that the teams continue to prepare for the new season coming up. A new France head coach Zinedine Zidane had revealed he turned down multiple job opportunities during the last 5 years because he only wanted to take charge of the Les Blues. Zidane was announced as French new coach earlier in a press conference yesterday morning after Didier Deschamps resigned from his position. The World Cup winning midfielder has not been in a job for the past 5 years since leaving his second stint at Real Madrid and was linked to a number of top positions in world football, including Manchester United. In the last 4 or 5 years, I've had offers to join a club and I refused them all for the French national team. As Zidane said in his first press conference as France boss, this job is the only job I wanted to do after my career with Real Madrid. I've always seen the French national team as in the view of a fan, but also I've always seen the French national team in the view of a fan, but also as a future manager. I've always seen myself managing this team, and this is where I want to be. That is the reason why I didn't take on any new club after leaving Real Madrid. Their tricky start for Zinedine Zidane. His first 4 games on the 25th of September. They play against Turkey away in the UEFA Nations League, and of course on the 28th of September, 3 days after, they play against Belgium away as well in the UEFA Nations League. On the 2nd of October, they play against Italy at home in the UEFA Nations League. And by the 5th of October, the return leg against Belgium would also happen at home. I told myself that the only thing I wanted to do after Real Madrid was the French national team. I kept myself away from those teams. I had great projects. I could have done 1 or 2 of them or 3 over the year. But since the Deschamps' decision at the start of the 2025 season is to step down after the next World Cup, the next day I was very animated to say I wanted to be a successor. Well, Zinedine Zidane said he knows how to win. But we didn't follow Didier Deschamps' way of playing. Time will tell. Zidane is set to follow the successful Deschamps era of the French national team. During the 12-year stint, France won the World Cup in 2018 and the UEFA Nations League in 2021, while they were European Championship and World Cup runners-up in 2016 and 2022. However, Zidane told the French Football Federation that he also knows how to win. During his time as Real Madrid manager, he won 2 La Liga titles, as well as back-to-back, that's 3 consecutive Champions League trophies between 2016 and 2018. Speaking about those discussions, our French president, Philippe Diallo, said, I told him it's a huge honor and a big responsibility because the last few years have been very stunning. We needed to find a person to give us confidence and to drive us down to the same path that we've been in the last 12 years. When I met Zinedine Zidane in February 2025, after the announcement of Didier, he told me, Mr. President, I know how to win. When he said that, I knew he had the desire and the confidence to take charge of this team. Speaking about the move from Didier Deschamps, Zidane said, the team's run and the style of play were very magnificent. I was there in person and I had a great time, just like the other fans. There are no complaints about how many things are going well. Honestly, we're going to do things differently. Didier Deschamps is Didier Deschamps. Laurent Blanc was Laurent Blanc. Zizou is Zizou. I'm going to try to do what I know how to do, which is win. It is not a clean break either. I want to maintain continuity so that the French teams can keep winning. Well, 5 years out of the game, but he's always been on top of every conversation. Now, it's a dream job, a dream come true, a national hero. He probably would also want to get into the books as one of the players to have won the World Cup. Remember his exploit in that France 98 final victory over Brazil. 3-0. Zidane scoring 2 first-half goals with Arsenal striker then Emmanuel Petit scoring the 3rd goal. Well, they won it. And of course, he's had successful stints, scoring arguably the greatest goal ever in the FA Champions League history against Bayer Leverkusen. He's also won the Champions League as an assistant to Carlo Ancelotti, and then the following season between 2016 and 2018 won the Champions League back to back with 2 La Liga titles in between. This job Is it looking like a marriage made in heaven?
Well, one thing I would definitely say is that form is temporary. Class is permanent, whether I like it or not. For Zinedine, I think it was a matter of when and not if it was going to become the new Les Blues manager. I mean, everyone knew that was what he wanted. He was just waiting for Didier Deschamps, to announce his retirement, and obviously for all of the details, all of the intricate details regarding regarding the payments and all of that, would be, and that was just what we were expecting. And France also now, I think the rumor even came out, even before the end of the World Cup. That was after France lost to Spain. France lost to Spain. We
all knew that.
Yeah, so we thought
it
was going to be almost immediately.
It's an open secret.
It's an open secret, exactly right. And I definitely it was there for everyone. Right, that Zinedine Zidane was going to be the out and out replacement for Didier Deschamps, but a couple of people were also thinking about the fact that with he won the World Cup as a player. Could he also replicate the same, just like Didier Deschamps also did? Because Didier Deschamps also won the World Cup as a player and also a manager.
He was part of the France
98 squad, exactly. And Didier Deschamps has also been manager of the French national team for. Yes, he lost one final, lost one semi-final. Yeah,
he also lost back-to-back European Championship.
Including one on.
He won the UEFA Nations League.
Yeah, you're right, 12 years. And so I mean, managers these days don't tend to spend that long, at the job. But the question really is, can Zinedine Zidane give the same amount of exciting football that we've witnessed from France, in the next couple of years? Don't forget that France have, one of the best, young stars, scattered all across Europe. I mean, if you take a look at their if you take a look at the under 21 players, the likes of, I'm trying much as spoiled to remember, Kone, who didn't even get a face, Ahle Cheto as well. There are also players who are also out injured. So it's a whole lot of a pool or well of players, to select from, and I just hope that he's able to get the selections right, and France can still maintain that powerhouse that they've been known for in the last couple of years, and hopefully his tenure is laced with a whole lot of exciting things, like obviously winning the World Cup if possible in the year 2030. The Euros as well is also coming up in the year 2028, which is just 2 years away from now, and I think that would definitely be one of his targets up me.
All right, let's move away from our national team conversation and look at our club football, especially as we touch some of the breaking transfer stories and those that are also being rumored. Well, it's been reported that Nigerian striker Tolu Kudari has completed a move to Ajax on loan with an option to buy for 22 million, which is not mandatory. And of course, Wolves are set to receive bonus based on the qualification of Ajax across the European competition. Ajax have reportedly reached an agreement for Wolverhampton Wanderers to sign a Nigerian striker Tolu Kudari on a season-long loan deal, bringing the talented four closer to a return to Dutch football. The Dutch Giants will pay a 1 million loan fee to Wolves and would also cover the players' full wages throughout the duration of the loan. The agreement includes an option for Ajax to make the transfer permanent next summer for £17 million, which is 22 million euros. There are also performance-related clauses that could see Wolves receive additional payment for Ajax if they qualify for European competitions. It's been reported that for weeks now, Tolu Kudari is expected, and once the medical is successful, Ajax is expected to officially announce the Nigerian striker as one of their new additions ahead of the 2026-2027 season. A 25-year-old attracted interest from clubs across Europe, including Italian side Fiorentina and Genoa, as well as Turkish side Trabzonspor. However, Ajax made him their top attacking target as they look to strengthen their squad ahead of the new campaign. It's also been reported that a source close to the Super Eagles striker also confirmed that the deal is expected to be finalized within the next few hours. If the transfer is complete, Arokuda will become the latest Nigerian footballer to wear the famous Ajax jersey. He will join the distinguished list of Nigerians who have represented the Amsterdam club, including Finidi George Nwankwo Kanu, Sunday Olise, Tijani Babangida, Paul Sekedi, Calvin Bassey, all of them enjoyed the memorable spell with the Eredivisie side. Aᴅᴇᴛ is expected to work under new manager coach Michel, who recently took charge after leaving Genoa following the Spanish side relegation from the La Liga. Ajax believe that the Nigerian forward physical strength and area ability and goal scoring instinct will add more firepower to the attack as they aim to challenge for domestic honors and secure successful return to European competition. The move would also expected to provide Aᴅᴇᴛ with a regular first-team football and opportunity that could boost his chances of cementing a place in the Super Eagles squad ahead of the upcoming international competition. So it's this way. Top league championship competition, I will tell you for a fact that the championship is still rated highly than the Dutch league. No disrespect. No disrespect. But again, second tier football in England versus top tier football. I know the word you want me to use, and I will not use it. Second tier football in England versus top tier football in Ajax that could give him the chance to compete at the top level. I mean, they've got a solid history around the club. They are top contenders for the Dutch title. They are, former UEFA Champions League winners. Where would you rate this move? A good move?
Well, I think it's in between, really, because you just mentioned it, Tᴏᴜᴜ. I mean, if I were to be a player, I think I'll leave the Dutch Eredivisie and go and play
the championship in Wolves.
In
There's no guarantee that Wolves will return immediately.
No, that's the point, right? That's the point. There's no guarantee they'll return, to the this immediate. But in terms of what's it called, popularity, in terms of the only way Ajax will be seen by people is if they are playing Champions League football, really, because people really watch the Dutch league, exactly. Because if when I'm talking about leagues, it is far behind. I don't even think it is top 8 leagues in the world, in my own opinion, right? And that's why I said that the England Championship, in my own opinion, is up there, far outweighs the Dutch league. However, I see the reason why he decided to make that move. Obviously, relegation with Wolverhampton wasn't what he was expecting when he signed on from Genk. In the summer of last year too as well. Coupled with the fact that they also had issues. I mean, the video was that I think it was yesterday now. In a way, he posted it was in Nigeria. And then he posted his song and was calling on Jesus' name. And all of that. Sam Boniface was like, you don't enter one small problem.
Now they remember Jesus,
right? So he definitely knew that with all of those troubles that he was going through, he had to take a step away from the money knocks. And Ajax, good move. Champions League football. At least obviously he gets to play Champions League football, and no disrespect to him or no disrespect to anybody. I feel like even at this point in time now, Toro Aᴅᴇᴛ still has a chance of winning the Champions League before Victor Osimhen, who plays in Galatasaray.
Here we go again. But again, I think for me,
Ajax are Champions League winners.
It's a decent move. Because you can't guarantee that Wolves would come back immediately.
Yeah,
but at least you'll guarantee that
Ajax will play Champions football. And Ajax will play Champions League football season out.
That is almost a given.
Actually.
So I think for Tolu Aᴅᴇᴛ,
but wait,
it's a decent move.
Can we take a look at the difference between, or rather I say, which one outweighs the other? The Dutch league or the Turkish league?
I think the Turkish league.
The Turkish league, not the Dutch league.
Well,
the Turkish league.
If you look at old glory,
okay.
If you look at the fact that the Dutch league had produced the Champions League winners, they've also produced some
Europa League finalists,
solid, teams, players as well. Especially when you look at the Dutch national team. So you want to probably get carried away. But if you look at the progress the Turkish league had made in the last few years, you look at Galatasaray, probably because I'm a Nigerian, I'm thinking, there's a Nigerian, there's Victor and all that. But you also want to look at some of the top managers that have managed the Turkish league, some of the top players that have also played in the Turkish league. So I think currently right now, Fenerbahce, Galatasaray, I'm sure you know that the winner of the Dutch league still goes to play playoffs before they qualify for the Champions League.
No, they don't.
They don't?
No, they don't.
They qualify
automatically. Just like the likes of PSG and Eindhoven, the likes of Ajax. Last season, I'm trying to remember who won the Dutch league, but I'll try much as possible to remember. Whoever I think there's even a sport. There's a by sport, there is a straight sport rather for maybe it's the first 3 or the first 4 in my own opinion, but the Dutch league, even the coefficients of what's it called now, of the league, far out who is there of the Turkish league. Because I mean, in the Dutch league we have the likes of like I said, Feyenoord, PSG, and Yᴏᴜᴜᴛ. We have a couple of other managers like that.
Only one club qualifies
automatically, and that's
the league winner.
League winners, exactly.
So whoever comes second will still have to go play the playoffs. Because
yes.
I know that last season, I think it was Rangers versus Ajax that played the playoffs at one stage. So at the end of the day, one of them often get knocked out. But I think it's good one for Tula Rukudari. We get to watch him more.
The Dutch league have produced as well, also far outweighs that of what's it called, that of their Turkish counterpart. I mean, name them. Even the managers themselves, the Dutch managers, the likes of Ronald Koeman, Arne Slot as well, who also recently became the first Dutch manager. Van Cruyff as well, who came up with and there was no without popular 4-3-3, or rather I say total football, false nine position on the pitch too as well. So I mean, the Dutch league is not small, irrespective of where we put them, right? And just like I said, Ajax still has a greater chance of winning Champions League than Galatasaray, in my own opinion.
Well, let's see how it goes. But you and I know that the stakes at Galatasaray had gone out of the roof.
Yeah.
Since Victor Osimhen got in, and
he's the new captain.
He's the captain of the side. They're attracting massive big signings over there. I'm talking about players that want to move. Let's make a short trip back to England. Savio want to leave Manchester City and join Tottenham Hotspur, according to multiple reports. City are aware of the players' wish and the interest from Spurs, but they are not in a position to act given there has been no bid. The player signed a new contract last summer, so would also not come cheap. The City would want to be assured of a replacement too before letting him be. Savio, who has joined Manchester City's season tour of Asia, is trying to remain patient and professional and show his respect to the club that brought him to the Premier League. But he is intrigued by a move to Spurs and to play for Roberto De Zerbi, according to multiple reports. And Spurs are expected to make a bid for Savio, and that remains the case. The new left side forward is also a top priority for the club. According to Jim Madison, still staying with Tottenham Hotspur, is releasing the opportunity of playing a new brand of attacking football under new manager Roberto De Zerbi. The manager is very clear. The goals are better, to play better football, to be trying to implement the way he would play. The long-term attacker will be better in the long run. We are still learning the way he plays. As a player, he's a coach you want to play for because he loves everything with the balls. He's very attacking, and he's really, really exciting to play with. Vinicius Jr. will be staying at Real Madrid beyond this summer, according to a fresh report. The Spanish club have no intention of selling him and are confident that he will agree to a new deal. This is despite the interest from Arsenal, who are monitoring the situation closely with a year remaining on his contract. It's been reported that further talks over his future between Real Madrid and his representative will take place this week, and that is the new intention of making progress on a new long-term contract at the Bernabeu. Our new manager Jose Mourinho is understood to value Vinicius highly and want him to remain as one of his top Galacticos. Real Madrid are in a bit of a sticky situation because Vinicius Jr. has only got 1 more year on his contract. In 6 months from now, he could sign a pre-contract agreement with anyone outside of Spain, and then he could join any club for no money at all next season. If you think about the valuation of the player, we think he's about £137 million. That's a large amount of money to forgo. However, they are confident he will sign a new deal. Well, the Diomande deal is also unaffected. I don't think this has anything to do with Vinicius Jr. at all. I suppose they may have used it to put pressure on Vinicius Jr. Diomande plays on both sides. There is a situation where Yan Diomande can play on the right. Vinicius Jr. signs a new contract and he plays in his preferred position on the left, and Kylian Mbappe will play through the center. As far as Diomande is concerned, he's continuing to train with RB Leipzig while the talks with Real Madrid continues. And it's also been reported that the training is not that strenuous because they want to protect him. There's a feeling that the deal is pretty close. There's a gap in valuation, but not so big, and it is not unsurmountable. It seems as if it's a one-horse race because PSG are pulled out of the interest. Arsenal would continue to keep an eye on the Vinicius Jr. situation still. He hasn't signed a new contract yet as it stands. He has a year left on his contract, and that is why they are exploring the condition of a possible deal. However, Andre Berta does his business at Arsenal is very clear. clear. It is not about one target and then the risk of that target not coming. They're trying to get their ducks in a row in 3 or 4 deals, get as far as down the line they can push and see where all of that would go. Another option for Arsenal is Ďᴏᴜ. He's intimated to PSG that he's not going to sign a new contract at the primary. This primarily because in the biggest game last season, he was dropped to the bench. He doesn't want to go through that again. It looks like he could become available for a transfer. Liverpool are interested as well as PSG. We want to value him at £145 million. Agbatomi, before we even look at the players now, how wild can these transfers be? And a lot of us question why Man City was going to pay £160 million for Elliot Anderson. A player just a little above average for Nottingham Forest last season. It wasn't even their best player, last season. But £160 million, and a few weeks after Chelsea, went to Aston Villa and signed Morgan Rogers for £117 million, breaking the record of Elliot Anderson as quick as you can imagine. Now, some of the transfer, budgets that you are calling on players, it's crazy. Has football lost its soul?
Yes, football has lost its soul, in my opinion. I was doing a little bit of research, and I did a comparison between the average transfers, 10 years ago, that was in a 2015-2016 season. On average, you could sign an average player, right, for around 15-20 million. That was back in 2015-2016 summer transfer window. But 10 years down the line, in the 2026-2027 season, rather, okay, it will not a world class player
on the top list of
average player, right? And obviously, football has lost its soul. It just looks like players now are now being overpriced. There's also inflation in the market. It looks like the same way there's inflation in the economy is also affecting football business. The way the price of fuel is increasing,
the price of values on players are also increasing
because private jets, before they can take they also buy
the cost of private jet are also gone up. But I understand it, and I've always told people, just put your money where your mouth is. If you want good, you buy good. If you are lucky, the good will bring you success.
And then the players themselves are a form of revenue for the clubs, right? I mean, we've spoken a lot of times about the fact that the players themselves are the real actor of this game. A ludicrous amount of money just to come and then watch the coach. They're not even in the stadium to see the coach in action. They are there in the stadium to look at the players, to take a look at how Vinicius Junior will score goals, how Neymar Junior will score goals, how Ronaldo, how Messi, how all of these players will score goals, how Lionel Messi, Mo Salah will score goals. Not even at the player. So even if there's a club that is willing to sell, right? Because obviously before a transfer could be done, the club has to be willing to sell, right? And if the club is not even willing to sell, the player, right, can then force a transfer out of the club, right? So they can now say that, okay, even if you're going to sell this amount of player, then you need to give us the value at which we price him. So for example, take a look at the sum of 145 million that is on the head of Bradley Barcola. Bradley Barcola, in my own opinion, is just an average player. Barcola doesn't even know how to score goals.
Barcola is Martinelli with long hair.
He doesn't even know how to score goals, in my own opinion. Barcola does. So you now placing it, we should just get ready the sum of 100 million, right? You can take a look at Elliot Anderson, for example, 160 million. Imagine Morgan Rogers, for crying out loud. Gabriel Magalhaes has more Premier League goals than Morgan Rogers. And then he's been signed for he has been signed for 170 million pounds. What has he been signed to do? Right, take a look at Enzo Fernandez. See, anytime Enzo Fernandez plays, it feels like he's just taking retirement benefit at Chelsea. Because anytime I'm watching Enzo Fernandez playing for Argentina, it looks like he puts on the real boat. But when he puts on the blue shirt of Chelsea, he's definitely putting on the Timberland. Right, so it is really difficult to talk about and then measure the amount the amount of funds that go into players, transferring from one club, to the other. Take a look at the outrageous amount of money it took Barcelona to sign. It took PSG to sign Neymar from Barcelona. 222 million euros. Okay, that was and that still remains the world record. Most expensive transfer of all time. Now the question is whether we like it or not. Right, in the next few years to come, we'll start seeing transfer fees that are nearing that possible record. Take a look at Kylian Mbappé for free. So of course about 200 million.
All right. Well, let's hope that things would continue to cook up for Chelsea. There are still reports that they may want to sign Jordan Henderson, and of course the I don't know what just want to do with Danny Welbeck by the way, but hey, let's just get it going. Well, we'll come back again tomorrow, but don't forget that by 8 p.m. There will be sport banter as Dumibi and Punja will take you through the preparation as the Super Falcons begin their title defense tonight against Malawi. Let's do this again tomorrow. Fresh midweek edition of the show, 6 p.m. Join us again tomorrow. Thank you, Agbatomi, for coming through as usual. Enjoy the rest of